What's good, y'all? It's your boy TBT, the Brainless Trader, and guess what? We back with another one. I'm looking over here, so you're looking right here. We back with another one, y'all. It's been a nice week this week. It was interesting. We basically broke even this week. We took a couple interesting trades, and so we're gonna kind of talk through a couple of those trades this week. But first, in this video right here, what you're about to see is me going over talking about my first stream. Oh my gosh, my first stream, y'all. It was interesting. So if you see on the screen here, check your boy out, the Brainless Trader. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm giving y'all some good knowledge. I'm setting y'all up with some good ICT information. You feel me? So just please let me know like what you want me to talk about ICT wise, and I'm gonna hook you up for real. But I just kind of going through my mind as far as what I feel like would be helpful, and I'm gonna just keep going with the videos, man. But check out London morning markets, my first ever stream. All glory to Jesus Christ. You already know what it is. It was very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. It was very interesting because it was like I really never have streamed nothing before. I haven't streamed anything before, and so naturally I'm thinking like, okay, stream gonna be cool. I've seen a lot of, Forex traders stream and stuff, so I'm thinking like, okay, gotta do this. So I set up my stream over the week, kind of like how I wanted to go through each page and everything. I messed with EVMux. It's a new streaming platform online that you can kind of like set up your pages, and like you can kind of have your whole like trading setup in the streaming platforms. I was like, okay, cool. I like this. I'm gonna do it. I know a lot of traders do OBS, right? I know a lot of y'all do OBS, but like I was like, let me try something different. So my stuff look a little bit different, and I really like it. But yeah, so I basically had a couple of things going on here, and then I just basically went through my first trade essentially on the stream. And before I took the trade, I kind of just laid up in the markets what I thought was going to happen. Funny thing was I actually called the move that was going to happen, but I called it, and then I went with a completely different plan. And so I learned a lot from streaming. One of the reasons why I wanted to stream is because I wanted to have a way to kind of have like tape of myself. Like, you play football, you play basketball, you play sports, and you have videos of yourself playing, so you naturally get to go back and look at yourself, what you did wrong, what you did right, how you was moving. And so I was like, I really want to be able to do that. Like, I really want to be able to look at myself, but how I trade in the market, and say, like, I need to be doing this. I want to hear what I was thinking at the time, so that when I get back in the charts, or if I can just go back over the stream, I can see at the time, like, okay, what was I thinking? Where did I go wrong? Okay, what was I thinking? Where did I go right? And at what times, was I looking in the market? What times was I thinking no, yes? And to be honest, I actually decided I wasn't going. I ended the stream because I had ticked myself out with so many trades that I had taken trying to get the trade that I was looking for, that I had gone into drawdown of like $3,000. So I was just like a little bit upset, to be honest with you, because as y'all know, I'm in the FTMO challenge, the verification, and I don't have time to be messing around with that. Like, this is serious. This is my career. So like, I wasn't planning on going into drawdown of $3,000, bro. And when that happened, I got really upset. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay with it. But I told myself I need to end the stream because I'm doing too much. So I ended the stream. I told the stream, if y'all see it on there, I got all the way to the end of the stream, and essentially I was at this point. Let's go to full screen mode. So at this point, I was looking at taking a trade in this area here. This is on Thursday or Friday. This is Friday. I think this is what day is this? No, this is Thursday. So I'm looking at taking this trade here, but there's really not enough clearance here for me to really be taking this trade. This fair value gap that I was choosing was way too small. The order block that I was looking at, it was a pretty sizable order block, But I think the problem was that the price had such a deep move back against the higher time frame buys at that point, and then gave a small fair value gap. Yes, it did kind of look like it was going to provide a zone that I could trade into, but I was very premature as far as what I had when I had taken the trade. And even right now, you're looking at me taking this trade as prices broken through this zone and getting ready to enter into the fair value gap that I had identified in the beginning. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I identified the fair value gap in the beginning, like this right here, this section. When it goes back, I'll show you. And I was comparing the DXY and going over some cross currency evaluation, cross currency analysis. But this zone here was a nice and sizable fair value gap. Price obviously traded out of the order block and created the imbalance, the fair value gap, and the order block was here with a pretty large wick to the downside, with the body of the order block kind of being up here, right? So it's pretty sizable order block too. And I called it in the beginning, and I kind of ignored that as I went through the video, in lieu of trying to take a trade down here, thinking that price was getting ready to kind of run off. Because earlier in the week, we had on Monday, there was basically no news, and price basically just ran off. So as you see now, this candle's going down. That candle went deep up. Now I immediately got out of that trade, and so you already see I had taken like 1, 2, 3, 4 trade. Like I was. This is in my demo that I was showing, but in my actual FTMO account, I had taken like 2 or 3 trades, and I had to get out of them, and I had to get out in pretty severe drawdown. So one thing that taught me was I need to have a better plan about how I'm entering. There needs to be some time between my first entry and my second entry and my third entry. For example, the first entry needs to be a little bit smaller, just for the fact that you don't always know if you're in on time. Now, when there's another lesson about news, I'm gonna make a whole new video about how to understand when to trade with high impact news. How to understand when to trade with high impact news, because it's key, especially when you have high impact 8:30 a.m. news, that you understand how to use the market and let the market tell you what to do. But that's going to be a whole new video. But essentially, I had entered into so much drawdown, being premature in the way that I was trying to get into the market. I needed to let the market prove itself to me and wait for the level that I had identified, that fair value gap in the order block that you saw right here. This area, I needed to let it be proved, because as you see, price has gone all the way up and then started to fizzle out. So now I'm thinking, okay, there's significant feedback from this area, and even the fact that I'm now looking at it, there's a breaker right here, boom, there's a breaker, then you have the order block and the fair value gap. Those are 3 keys that make that type of trade very successful if price will respond around this area and then begin to make candles to the downside that are pretty sizable. And after I got off the stream, that's what ended up happening. But as you see here, I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm done. I gotta get off the stream. I'm doing too much, right? I'm in my challenge. I don't need to be doing a stupid stream. I was just frustrated. But the reality was, I was in the right move. I was just in too early. And so I learned that lesson, because I was thinking to myself afterwards, like, how can I make it so that I don't enter into a trade too heavy? I like to use the 10 lot size, but it's difficult to know when to let that big lot go, right? You got to be able to have control of that lot and put it right where you want it, right? Because the drawdown that you're going to enter into, 10 lot, if you're wrong, 20 pips, that's $2,000. 10 pips, that's $1,000. And if you already lost money, you're not really trying to enter into that kind of drawdown no more, especially if you're on a funded account where you have a limit of how much money you can lose per day, correct? So you really got to be careful. And I was at $3,000 having lost already that day. So that's why I said, okay, I'm done. I don't want to do, that's what I'm talking right here. I don't want to do any more damage to myself in this market. But what I ended up doing was, afterwards, after this, right, after my frustration, I stay with it, because that's one thing that I like to talk about or think about for myself is just track price. Keep tracking. Just keep tracking. And if you try not, if you can figure out how not to enter too many trades prematurely, price is eventually going to give you the move that you were looking for, and you want to have enough capital to be able to be a part of the move, right? You don't want to have tagged yourself out having trying to been in the move that now you basically deleted your opportunity, because now the move is passed and you just did too much. Now you don't want to, you're scared now because you don't want to risk anymore, even though it's right now, it's time. So I really, really, really and truly was like, man, I got to make sure that I can get this done. What's good, money gang? It's your boy TVT. I'm gonna end the video right here. I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of an update on how my first stream went. If y'all want to see the trade breakdown, go to the next video. The trade breakdown is gonna be posted next. Gonna be the next video that posts, so y'all go check it out. With that said, y'all be good, blessings, all that. Much love. All right.